So welcome to Challenge the Road and Cars to Buy 2022. There's some ones you won't have thought of in this. So car number one, and we're going to do some hybrids because it's 2022, a lot more electric stuff going on, and I'm going to pick a car that I don't think you'll be looking at, or you may not have realised that it's going to be a good buy. So I'm going to go straight in there. BMW i3. What do you think? BMW's first electric car, all carbon fibre, only weighs 1200 kilos. They do a range extender. I think this is a good buy. So this is the one I'm thinking for people with their first car, or looking for an electric plus with that range extender that goes to sort of 230 miles. I think this is a good buy. And what I said at the start, it's the first BMW electric car. So has that got some value? I think it has. I think it's got some value there. I think that it could mean that car in the future will go up. So what do you think? I think that's a pretty good choice, BMW i3. I remember looking at them because I didn't overly like the suicide doors, which is probably a bit like what I got here. But I always remember that because you got people in the back, they can't get out that well. But actually using this Wraith, I don't think that's a massive problem. So yeah, BMW i3, that's the first one. Give me your feedback. I think that's a good one. Prices. I had a quick look round and they're about 15, maybe 18k. So yeah, I mean they were 30-40k new, maybe 45. You can't really get many new hybrid and electric cars at the moment, so I think you're gonna have to be quick. I think if you want one, you're gonna have to buy one soon. So that's the first pick. Right, number two, I've gone with a Golf GTE and the hybrid Porsche Panamera. What do you think about them? I think they're good cars. I had the GTE, they have gone up a bit in value. Maybe it's not going to lose much value now, but I think the GTE is a good bet. The Panamera, I think that's really good as well. What do you guys think? I mean, I'm not sure on the looks, but I had a look at them. 45k, 20 miles on electric. They could be a good bet as well. So that's my second and my third pick. My fourth pick for SUV hybrid, I'm going to go with the Porsche Cayenne. So sorry, it's another Porsche, but the Porsche Cayenne hybrid, again 40-50k. I think that's a good car. 20 to 30 miles on the plug-in, that could be a really good one. So yeah, they're the sort of ones on hybrid that I think. So you got four there, and in a year's time, one, we can look at prices, but two, I think that i3 is going to go up, so that's one you've got to be buying now. The next one I'm going to look at is like a sports car, and I'm going to go with the Porsche C4S 996. I really want one. I'd love to make a CTR version of that. I think it could be really cool. I've seen them going for sort of 24k. Good ones are a bit more obviously, but they don't seem to reach much more than 45. I think that's really good money. I can see myself buying a 996 C4S. I say JM done a really good video on them. Probably didn't help the prices, so they'll probably go up there. And these videos probably don't help either. But I think that's a really, really good buy, that C4S. I think it's a good looking car. I've owned two of them before. I know what I'd get, and I'd probably just tune it and just make it amazing, I think. So the next sports car, I was going to go for like a 5-door estate, and I would go for 2007 Audi RS4 estate. I think that's an amazing car. Again, I did have one of those. Actually, my sister had one as well, so we had two in the family, and I just think they're just one of the best cars, and I still think they're like 18 to 20,000. I think they're really good value. I think the 4.2 V8 is one of the best engines ever. It's manual. I think you'd really enjoy that car. You'd lose no money. Actually, the reason I chose it was I saw one on the road a couple of weeks ago, and I thought, I really like the look of that car and I really like the noise. So what do you think? Do you think that's one of the best estates? I think it's got to be, hasn't it? So on to supercars. And this is an area that's really tricky at the moment because you've got higher finance rates coming in. There's obviously a lot of problems in the world. But I'm going to go with a McLaren, actually. I'm going to go the 720S because VVS recently had one, a blue one. And I think there was about 340,000 new, and I think it went up for 170 and sold straight away. I think that's a lot of car for the money, a lot of car. I'm not sure any car can beat that. Well, it definitely can't beat it performance-wise. So I'm going to go 720S. Then I'm going to throw in a Ferrari, actually, a 458 Italia. Again, I saw one on the road and I thought, oh, that looks a lot of car. So what do you guys think? 720S, 458? The 458s keep going up. They're going to be the same price as a 720S, but the 720S just seems so much more car and it's so much more modern. You've got a lot more McLaren sort of, I was not going to say franchises, but there's like V Engineering. There's other people now that can do the servicing on the McLarens a lot cheaper than McLaren. So I think I'd be edging that a bit like, you know, Foscas and people like this, people with Ferraris. They go to Foscas and different independents. And I think that's going to go more and more with McLaren. So I think that's going to hold their residuals a lot higher. So yeah, those two on the supercars. Again, what do you think? I think they're two really good picks. Now, last but not least is hypercars, and the Holy Trinity. So you had the P1, the LaFerrari, and the 918, and I've spoke about them on previous videos. I think it's, to me, the LaFerrari is the one that's gone the highest in price, but I think it's the P1 and 918 for me, because they've got plug-in, they've got the much lower CO2. I think if you look at the future, will you be able to use a non-hybrid plug-in car in towns, in cities? Maybe not. So the 918 wins in them categories because it's zero tax, and it does 19 miles on electric and has got a phenomenal engine. But I'd probably edge to the P1 because it was so much more limited and it does look amazing, and I think the design actually looks like a new car even today. I think if it come out now, you'd still be wowed by it. Whereas I think the 918 and definitely the LaFerrari are starting to look... The LaFerrari to me looks a bit dated now. I think they've brought out the SF90 and other cars now, and I think the LaFerrari looks a bit dated. I was never that keen on it from the looks wise. It looked very bulky to me. Whereas the McLaren just looks like there's no weight on it. It's absolutely stripped and just looks fantastic. So that's what I'm going to pick. But I wonder, what do you guys think? Would you go 918 or P1? And again, where are they going to go? So if a LaFerrari is 2.4, 2.5 million and a P1's 1.2 to 1.5, although they're going up so fast now. I saw one the other day at 1.8. You know, I think the P1's going to go up to the price of the LaFerrari. That's where I think it is. And I think the 918's a good car too, but I just think they just obviously made 918s. That's quite a lot of them. But again, what do you guys think? You know, do you think I'm right? Because obviously we're going to look back in a year and see where we are. So I'll write all these cars down now, put them in there for a year's time, and then see where the values are. But I feel like a P1 could go up £1 million. I think the other bets we've got are going to go up a bit. I think we've done really well, like, you know, in 2021. If you bought some of them, you done well. So yeah, it's hard for 2022 because more people are doing it and there's more people like me telling you what to buy. But yeah, it'd be really interesting to see. So I hope you enjoyed that. And we're putting these Let's Talk Car videos on a Wednesday out. We're putting these ones out on a Sunday. So I hope you enjoy that. We're trying to up the content a lot more. So yeah, if you get a chance to press the like button, subscribe to our channel, that really helps me and Dan. And we're trying to do this and do our day job, and we really enjoy it. So we hope you do, and we hope it can really push us forward in the future. Thanks guys, see you soon.